missing out on their photography that could really make a difference. And that's what we're going to cover today.
Fantastic. And we are going live on YouTube as well. So those of you on YouTube, if you want to join us for the best seats in the house, right here in Zoom, simply click the link in the description window on YouTube. Oop, we got a little bit of reverb. For the best seats in the house, right here in Zoom, simply. There we go. All right. So again, for those of you in YouTube, simply click on the links. And for those of you who are joining us who would like for Serge to retouch your photos at the end today, we've got an upload link in Dropbox where you can actually upload your raw files, and Serge is going to retouch them at the end. So we've got an amazing training session for you today. It's a free masterclass where we're going to be teaching you the secrets that Serge Ramelli has used to move him to over 500,000 followers on YouTube and a bunch of other really cool stuff. And I know, Serge, you like to be humble, but I mean, if I brag on you occasionally, just please allow me.
No problem. Thank you. Is the sound good? I feel maybe it's my sound that's a little too loud. I have this.
No, we're good. For those of you watching, if you could let us know if the sound is good for you, but I am good on my end.
You're very okay. Good. So Bonjour, Lynn Bourgeois from Massachusetts. We have Zishan from Pakistan. Cham Lavi, hello to you. A lot of people joined this morning. Dave from UK. John Schaefer, sounds good. Hello, John. We have a lot of people. I was excited yesterday. There's a new version of Aurora that came out that I was testing. They remade the HDR engine. I've been testing it, did a video about it. It's really cool. Really, really cool. We'll talk about that maybe later on, if there is some HDR to be retouched here. Richard says sound is fine, sound is good. Okay, good. All right, so you know what? I'm going to get this party started. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it. I've also, again, for those of you on YouTube just joining us, I'm going to be putting the link in for Dropbox so you can actually upload your photos for Serge to retouch at the end. And I've also got the link for Zoom if you want to join us here in Zoom.
Okay. All right. So boom, boom, boom. Let me share my screen. Tell me if you're good. I'm going to share my screen right now. And I'm going to go full screen. How's that?
Let's see. Looks good.
Good? Yeah, I'm doing this standing. I got a new standing desk. It's, it's a thing you put on your desk and you can be standing and sitting, because when I'm more than 3-4 hours, sitting, my back hurts me. So if you see me moving around and dancing while doing this webinar, I'm just trying to get in shape. I'm just kidding. All right. So this is the Expert Photography Secret. It is how to be a successful photographer without expensive gear, formal education, and years of practice. Now, guys, if you stay until the end, I'm going to give you my whole new photography toolbox for free. That includes some of my best presets with video, how to use them. That includes some of my best textures with video, how to use them. That includes weather brushes if you want to add snow, rain, clouds to your photo with video on how to use them. And it includes a whole bunch of new profiles, because since a few months, Lightroom handles profiles. And I'll show you what that is when I retouch your photography in a minute. That's all free. It's because you're here and because you're staying till the end. My goal is to help two types of people: the amateur that wants to become pro and make a living in photography, or the amateur who does not care about making money. I have like a lot of friends, lawyers, and they make great money. They just want to have photography in their lives. They just want to get better. They want to get better. They want to get published. They want to be in gallery. They just want to create an impact as an artist. Don't forget, if you stay until the end, I have a free bonus that you can put into action immediately. Now, this photo that you see here it's a funny story. It's the one photo that I sold for the most amount of money in the last 14, 15 years I've been doing fine art photography. And believe it or not, it was shot with a Canon T2i, which is like a 12 million pixel camera. It's a very cheap camera. It was like the lowest price on Canon back in 2004, 2005. And that is just to say that gear is not the most important thing. Yes, gear is exciting. I love gear like everybody else. but knowing the basic principle of photography and post-processing is the fastest way to be a great photographer, and it's a lot more simple than you think. You have a lot of videos on the web where they give like a $5,000 camera to an amateur, and then the professional takes an iPhone, and the guy who has got the iPhone, who's a pro photographer, ends up taking better photos than the guy who's got a $5,000 camera. Because it's not about the gear, it's really about what I'm going to show you today. So I went from nothing to 520,000, actually a little more, on YouTube. I'm an official Adobe speaker. I speak for Adobe for Lightroom related stuff. I've published 4 coffee table books. So Paris and New York in black and white, and Los Angeles and Venice in color. I'm very proud of that. It's one of my biggest achievements as a photographer, because there are big books. There are books you find. Let me see if I have one around here. Yes, I do, actually. Let me show you. You know, it's like, look at the size of this thing. It's a big book, you know. It's like, you know, $50, $60. You find them. I mean, this publisher that I work with called Ten House, they have an amazing distribution. I find the book in like a lot of libraries all around the world, even like small libraries, you know, and they cost between, you know, $50 to $60. And it's really my biggest achievement, you know, as a photographer, because this is really where I can show my work. That and the work in a gallery, because I've got 15 technical books up on Amazon. I've been published in many magazines, including twice in National Geographic, once for Paris and once for Corsica. My work is in over 85 galleries around the world. In Las Vegas, you can find it in a Carnival gallery, but in the rest of the world, you'll find it through the Yellow Corner, network. You know, Yellow Corner is an amazing network. It's 85 galleries around the world, and I'm not talking like small galleries. I'm talking like super well located in front of Louis Vuitton type of galleries. You know, they are in the Louvre. They are everywhere. In the U.S., they're only in Chicago, New Jersey, and Laguna Beach in California. But in Europe, like in Paris, there's 10 of them. They're like, just in France, there's 30. In Germany, there's 40. All over, you know, Belgium, there's just 3 in Brussels. You even have some in Mexico. So I find my work all over the world. And that's, you know, as a photographer, being published so much is really such an honor. And I'll tell you, I'm going to tell you 3 secrets how I got published if you stick around. So the funny thing is, before 2004, I had never touched a camera in my life, believe it or not. Talk a lot, I get thirsty. Let me start at the beginning of the beginning. When I was 14 years old, I watched The Return of the Jedi in 1984. It totally blew my mind. When I came out of the movie, everybody at school was talking about this movie, about how it was great, how the story was amazing, how the picture was great. And I was so impressed that a film could create such an impact on a culture. You know, that day I decided I'm going to be an artist. This lifetime, I'm going to be an artist. I'm going to do everything that I can to become an artist. I wanted to be a Jedi originally. Then I said, okay, I'm going to be an actor. And then finally, you know, well, the thing is, you know, as I grew up, I'm also passionate about computer. I got into coding. I started in 1988 learning, I'm going to get technical here, assembly language. I don't know if you guys ever done assembly language. It's crazy. I did assembly language. I did Visual++. I did C++, Turbo Pascal. I even wrote a book about Turbo Pascal. I really got into coding, like the earliest 1980 coding stuff. I was a very early dad. I was a dad at the age of 23, in fact, 24 now. I just got 24 when my daughter Marianne was born. And, you know, after 4 or 6 years into coding, I needed extra money because I was a dad, but also I was tired of being in front of a computer. So I decided to get into sales. And I went into sales when I was 28 years old. So I was in coding up to the age of 28. And at 28, my brother created a company called 1001 Web Promotion. It was kind of like the first web agency making website for anything really, but mainly for hotels. They were making websites, but they were also like doing SEO solutions, search engine optimization, and we were taking photos. We had 3 photographers that we hired, and because we needed lots of photos because we're doing their website. We're kind of like the first agency doing their website. My brother was the owner. I first started as a salesman in 2008, and then in 98, and in 2002, I was born in 1970. So when I was 32 years old, I became the VP salesman. Honestly, the first years I had great fun. But when I started to become 32, 33 years old, as my kids got older, I remarried. My new wife had 3 young boys, so I raised my daughter with the 3 young boys. By then I'm like 33, 34 years old, and I really felt sad because although money was great, this kid that was in me that wanted to be an artist since he was 14 years old, I felt I was missing out on life. I felt that my life was going to go like this, and I'm going to be 60 years old, and I would have never done anything artistic in my life. And so I started, when I was 34 years old, I went back and started doing theater training because I wanted to do some acting. I know it's crazy. I was the VP salesman of a company doing great money, but I wanted to do some acting. So I got into acting, and I didn't want to play start doing casting at 20 years old. So I said, you know what, I'm going to direct my own movies. So I started learning directing. It was really hard back in 2004 because there was no camera like DSLR that would make videos that we have today. The first one was a Canon 5D Mark II that happened in 2008, 4 years later. So at the time, I borrowed a Canon A2 camera. It was like an $8,000 camera, which had an awful image. And honestly, I was going nowhere. I was trying to make short movies, spending a lot of money, spending a lot of time. It's not I was a bad actor. It's just like I didn't know anything about directing, and I was not getting any results. Then something happened in 2004 that changed my life forever. With a whole bunch of friends and my best buddy, Kelvin, I went to the Guadalupe in the Caribbean island in 2004. I'm sorry, it's a bad photo, but it's a photo that I took. I was not a photographer back then. And for the first time, Kelvin shows me Photoshop. In fact, we had a girl with us that we took this photo. This is you see on the left side, you see the before photo, and then you have the after photo. And Calvin started showing me how he raised the tourist behind her arms, how he made the water more blue and her skin more tense. And I couldn't believe it. Like, it was, when he showed me Photoshop for the first time, I had a huge epiphany. And it was very simple. I've been trying to get art into my life for the last 24 years. It was 24 years, because I was 34 then. I saw Return of the Jedi when I was 14. I've always thought about it. Even when I was into coding, I was trying to do like 3D. I've always wanted to do something artistic. But when I saw Photoshop for the first time, I said, you know what? There's at least one thing I can do. I can take photos, because I don't need a crew for that. I don't need an $8,000 camera. I can just get a $1,000 camera and take photos, and I can retouch them. I love, I'm a computer geek, and voila. And so I came back. I remember, I liked the vacation in Guadalupe, but this idea that I was not going to be a photographer blew my mind. I could hardly sleep at night. So much I was like thinking about, oh my God, I live in Paris. I'm going to do amazing photos. I was so overwhelmed. But then I started doing so many mistakes. The thing is, back in 2004, there was no tutorials. You could only get books. I got a whole bunch of wrong books. It was hard to read. I couldn't figure out how the camera worked. And I almost gave up a couple of times. Finally, because I was so passionate, and I figured out how to take sharp photos at night. And one night, I went on a quest to shoot Paris by night. I remember I started right after sunset. And this is my first photos of Paris back in 2004, 2005. Forgot the date, maybe 2005. Sorry about the quality. They're really bad photos. But it was the first photo of Paris which was sharp that I could get at night. I had figured out if you work on a tripod with a 2-second timer, at 100 ISO, and you really went manual focusing with my Canon T2i of 2004, I could get a sharp photo. The dynamic range was really bad, but I was so blown away. I was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. It's Paris by night. There is something special about the first time you manage to take a night photo that's sharp. For me, it was huge. Anyways, I remember I even went up to Montmartre and got this photo. And then the next day I went to work, and it was so one of the lead photographers that was there. I remember I walked into the office, like, slow motion. I was super happy. And he was sitting there. And I said, oh my God, I got to show you some of these photos. I shot Paris by night. I got a great photos to show you, because we were talking about photography here and there. We was the lead photographer. And I start showing him the photo I just showed you. And I feel like he's not liking them at all. I'm like, what's wrong? And he says, but all these cars are black. I said, yeah, all my skies are black. I started shooting Paris, around 8 o'clock at night. I went all the way up to 2 o'clock in the morning. Of course, my skies are black. My wife was like pissed off that I came up so late. And he says, and he starts showing me photos, a photo shoot that he did like a week before in Morocco. It was like amazing blue hour. I was like, what's a blue hour? It's like, yeah, blue hour is right after the sunset sets. It's still, the black is not there yet. You still have details in the sky. And then he starts showing me golden hour. Have you heard about golden hour? I said, no, what's golden hour? Golden hour is like this 1 hour before sunset when the light is really cool. And of course, you know what a sunset is. Yes, okay. But I said, yeah, but if I do that, I can only take like a 1 or 2 photos per day. I can't, take like 80 photos like I did. And I remember all my life, he looked at me and says, welcome to the world of photography. And that one sentence resonated in my head. Welcome to the world of photography. And then I realized, okay, I got to get great sunsets. So this is my first sunset. I was like so excited. I didn't know how to handle my camera to get a great sunset. I mean, it's an awful photo. It's very underexposed. The sunset is kind of okay, but it's just a silhouette. It's very noisy because I think I shot it by hand or I don't know what I did, but it's super noisy. The whole water is very rugged and very high frequency texture. It's really bad. So I thought, like, I'm going to try. He said something about golden hour. How golden hour is like an hour before the sunset set. So that's my first golden hour photo. I was like, I loved how the colors went onto the loop, but the photo is terrible. So I said, okay, well, I remember like one afternoon, there was some nice clouds in the Jardin du Luxembourg. And so I said, oh, I'm going to try like nice afternoon type of photography. And I was going nowhere. Honestly, at this point, I was like, I'm not good at this. I'm going to give it up. But I found around that time, I found a man named Scott Kelby. And Scott Kelby is an amazing friend today. He's a great teacher. And I couldn't understand what he was saying. I really realized that learning was the key. If I was not going to learn, I needed to learn. I just couldn't, it's okay to try to figure things on your own, but I needed techniques. And so I started doing a routine, which from 9 to 6, I was the VP salesman of a web agency. But right after at 6, I would take my cape and like Superman, fly around Paris. No, what I would do is I would take my scooter, have my Canon T2i and my Manfrotto tripod in my scooter, and I would, run around Paris looking for nice clouds. Paris has a lot of nice subjects, so I was kind of like first looking for like, west, east. It's like figure it out. Oh, the sun sets at west, gets up at east. Okay, and I started taking photos, and then I would come home at night, and I was so excited because I took some photos and have dinner with the family with the 4 kids, put the kids to bed, and then instead of watching TV around 10, 11 p.m. at night, I would start watching tutorials. And it was funny because at first my wife hated it because I bought an iMac, one of these early iMac in 2006 or 7. I put it at the end of my bed. And so I was watching like podcasts at the time, paid tutorial, anything I could get my hands on. And my wife at first hated it because she wanted to watch TV. But she got so used to it that after a couple of months, she couldn't fall asleep unless I was watching a tutorial. She says, oh, don't you have like a tutorial to watch or I can fall asleep? A lot of people tell me they don't have the time to learn. And I get that, we all have busy life and sometimes photography is just a hobby. But I'll give you a trick that's an amazing trick. And that is learn at least 10 minutes per day. Whatever it is you want to learn, some stuff has like a long learning curve. Like, for example, I'm trying to learn 3D right now. I'm passionate. I've always been passionate all my life about 3D. And now I'm finally starting to get some result on 3D, but and I just do it every day, a little bit every day, and you get better. Something I'm trying to learn guitar. I do it. I kind of dropped it the last couple of weeks, but I used to do it like almost every day. The key thing is you really want something, give it at least 10 minutes per day. A lot of people think, oh, tonight I'm going to have 3 hours. I'm going to be able to really watch all of Search tutorial. No, that's not going to happen. Because the wife want to go to the restaurant, the kids want to do this. But if you tell to yourself, I need 10 minutes per day, you'll make it. So, after 2004, 2005, 2006, after 2 years of spinning my wheel, I discovered that. And I was so shocked. And that's really what I want to share with you. I was shocked. Once I figured out photography, I was so shocked to find out it's not that hard. There's only a few basic words and concepts you need to understand to use your camera well. That light is the most important element of photography. That there are simple methods to get great composition. And there are simple strategies for getting noticed on social media. And getting noticed on social media, mesdames et messieurs, if you're a photographer and want to get published, want to make money, want to be recognized, anything, you need social media. Today, I'm going to give you 3 secrets that will give you an unfair competitive advantage. Let me repeat this sentence because I really mean it. That will give you an unfair competitive advantage. But first, myth number one. If you don't have a unique environment, you cannot take beautiful photographs. That is so wrong. You know, people tell me because I live in Paris, you can just throw up a camera in the air and you get a great photo. No, shooting at the right time of the day. Remember I talked about the golden hour and the sunset and the blue hour and the night. Shooting at the right time of the day and knowing the exact camera settings to use is far more important than traveling to a beautiful location. I mean, the word photography itself comes from the Greek phos, which means light, and graphe, which means representation by means of lines or drawing. So basically, photography means drawing with light. Nicer is your light. Nicer is going to be your photo. For example, this is a photo that I shot with my son. We're on a Sunday afternoon in Coy-la-Forêt. Coy-la-Forêt is it's in the north of France. It's not a very nice countryside, especially in winter, because it's very flat. There's no hills, there was no leaf on the tree. There was mud everywhere. We're walking by a river, and I see a horse. So me and my son start running, and then something happens. The famous golden hour I've heard about, and this one is a special golden hour that you have sometime where the golden hour is the 1 hour before the sun hits the horizon. Okay, that's called the golden hour. As long as the sun has not touched the horizon, you're in the golden hour mode, and it lasts an hour. Okay, so in fact, I'm using an app called Sol. You guys should totally get this app if you're on an iPhone. SOL, Sol. And what it tells me exactly, like for example, if you can see in yellow, that's the golden hour. So today, the golden hour here in Los Angeles is from 6:10 p.m. to 7:03. Now, not quite an hour, 54 minutes. Then the sunset starts at 7:03 and finishes at 7:29. So a little less than half an hour. And then you have something called the nautical dusk, which I call the blue hour. And the blue hour is from right after sunset, from 7:30 to 8. And then we get into the astronomical dusk, which still has a bit of light, which goes at 8:28. That means that tonight, as a photographer, I can work all the way from 6:10 to 8:30, which gives me 2 hours and 20 minutes of amazing light that's going to change every half an hour. I'm going to get golden hour, sunset, blue hour, and night photography. All of that in 2 hours and 20 minutes. I only work at this time, guys. Scott Kelby once told me, he says, no matter where you go, no matter what you see, in the afternoon, during the day, 99.9% of the time, whatever the scene you're seeing is going to be nicer at golden hour or at sunset or at sunrise. And I agree with him. It's been very rare in the last 14 years that I'm like, oh, this looks amazing. Sometimes you can get like amazing clouds in the afternoon and then you get a really boring sunset. That happens. However, so back to this photo. So I was shooting this photo and it was an amazing golden hour. So it's one of this kind of golden hour where you have the clouds above you and no clouds on the horizon. So what happens is when the sun comes down, starts lighting from under and everything becomes red. And it was like Gone with the Wind red. I got the photo and I sent it to a magazine and it got published on the cover of a magazine. And the fact that I got a cover of a magazine for this photo was the one confidence boost I needed to have. I remember I was driving my scooter going up a hill and I was thinking, I'm going to be a photographer. This one photo changed my life because it gave me the confidence. I mean, I got published in a magazine. I mean, it was small. It was not the full cover. It was about, but it was in the cover of a magazine. That photo, and that was the one confidence boost I needed. Here's another example. This is a photo that's much recent. I was already doing great as a photographer when I did this, but it's just to show you that I think you could take a trash can, and if you had a good sunset, it would still do good. I got a lot of traction for this photo. Got a lot of likes on Instagram, and it's a lavender field shot at the wrong time of the year. They just cut the lavender, but it's got a great light. That's an even more crazy story. Back about 2-3 months ago, Tim Shield, who is one of my ambassadors now and one of a good friend of mine, he was passing by LA, says, I want to shoot the Hollywood sign from behind. I said, yeah, I'll go with you. So we hiked up there and we arrived like quite early. This is how it looked when we arrived. We stayed until the night, and that's the photo we got when we left. 2 days after that I shot this photo, a director in Hollywood that I work with, who is a good friend of mine who makes movies in Hollywood, tells me that the state of California is looking for a new photo to represent California and Hollywood in the world. So in Cannes festivals or in TIFF right now in Canada or in all the major festivals, they want to get people to come to America to shoot. So to represent the state of California, they were doing a contest, and I won first place. This is I won like right away first place. The California Film Commission is pleased to award first place in the category of Best Iconic Landmark to Serge Remedy in the 2018 Film in California Photo Contest for the photo of Hollywood Sign from Behind. Now, do you think that would have won the contest if I had sent this photo? I don't think so. This photo, yes, definitely yes. And I even added some fake clouds, just a little bit of fake clouds on it. I even did a YouTube video showing how I retouch this photo for free that anybody can download. This is another photo that I shot in Florida. And, I had the bus. It's a little bus that drives itself. And I wanted just to get a sunset there. And I did it just for a friend. But because there was a sunset there, they've been using it on ads ever since, Now, guys, I've got a full academy, an amazing stuff I want to show you. And but first, let me introduce you to Rick Walter. He's one of my students. And after doing my academy and coming to me with Paris, he decided to make a book about Chicago. And here is a book that he did. It's an amazing book. It's only amazing moments of lights, but in black and white. He also does color. And this is a photo we shot together when we were in Paris. And by the way, if you want to come to Paris with me, I still have some spots free in my next workshop in May 2019. It's limited to 10 people. It's 4 days in Paris in the best location. Super food, super 4-star hotel, super photography. In 4 days, I'm going to fill up your portfolio like you would not believe. We shoot the photos together. We retouch it together. You can get more info on my website in the workshop section. That being said, it brings me to the myth number 2. You must be born with the great eyes and spend years practicing in order to create beautiful composition. That is wrong. It's not true. There's only 5 basic principles to know about composition that will make your photo look completely professional. I mean, the definition of composition itself, which is one that I sort of invented, but I love this definition. Listen to this. It's the arrangement of the elements of your photography to convey a message, okay? You've got, the famous rule of thirds. You've got, the frame in the frame. You can move around the rule of thirds. You got the leading lines, rule of third again, frame in the frame. I mean, I have a course just on composition. I go really, really deep into that, foreground, middle ground, background. Look at this 2 photo, for example. This photo is great. It's got a little bit of a foreground. It's got a great light. But I think this photo is even better because I moved back a few meters. And now I've got like a frame in a frame with trees. We get a more sense to where I was when I took the photo. A lot of people ask me, what is the favorite photo you took in the last 14 years? Well, this is it. This photo's got 7 different rules of composition into it. And it was picked up by a publisher to be the cover of a book. And it's going to be the cover of my next book, my next color book about Paris. Another photographer who did my training, my full academy, his name is Swapan Jha, an amazing man from Boston. And look at his composition. Look at this photo of the Taj Mahal. I love how he did like a frame in a frame. It's very pure. I'm sure he had a lot of tourists at the bottom, but he really framed it, and it's just beautiful. Same thing, frame in a frame, leading lines, Washington Monument. He also did a book on his city. A lot of students do books on his cities, Boston. But look at this photo that he shot. Also, he does like color work and the leading lines. It's Yosemite. It's just a beautiful shot. It should be on your iMac cover. Tim Shield, the man I shot the Hollywood Sign with, he sent me. So I met him for the first time 3 months ago, but he's been doing my academy for over 2 years. And he says, I cannot even begin to tell you how much the online training from Serge Remedy has helped me with my entire photography process, from composition and camera settings to post-processing and printing. If you want to move forward in your photography and go from good to great, then you need to take the training from Serge. He's the real deal. So look at his work. Look at the composition that he does, the Rocky Mountains in Paris, the leading lines. I mean, he has studied composition like a master. Dubai, you really got to check out, and I'm going to talk about that in my academy, how to compose great. Myth number 3. Using post-processing and preset is cheating. I'll tell you something. The right Lightroom preset will do 80% of the retouching for you if you know how to use them. I didn't use preset for years because of this myth. It was a mistake. I'll tell you a little story. When I did my Venice book, my colored Venice book, this colored Venice book, my publisher, I thought I had 3 months to give him all the photos, but he says, no, I need them in a week. And so I had 3,000 raw files to go through to make it into a color book. But you know how it is. A raw file is very neutral. It's very almost black and white-ish, Yes, you can open up the shadows, bring down the highlights, or the black, the white, find the right white balance. You need to do a minimum of exposure and find the white balance to be able to say, oh, yes, it's good, or no, it's bad. And so I was doing this over and over and over and over again, and I felt like I was wasting time. So I started doing what I call my signature preset. This is the beginning of my signature preset, which has been my best-selling item of all time. Basically, I created 5 presets for golden hour, 5 presets for sunset, 5 presets for blue hour, for night, for snow, and things like this. And so all I had to do was find the right preset for the right time of the day, and then I could figure out, if the photo was going to make it in a book or not. And it was great. It was a fast way to work, and within a week, I was ready, and the book has been out. If you think that post-processing your photo is cheating, let me introduce you to one of the most greatest photographers of all time, Ansel Adams. He's known for all his work on National Geographic, on national parks. Amazing photographer. This is a very famous photo from him. On the left side it's called the moon over Hernandez, New Mexico. On the left side, you have the original negative. On the right side, you have the print that it's been sold. Now, he totally altered the color and made the sky black and, made the clouds much more vibrant and made the moon much more vibrant. And how did he do that? Well, back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, the way they used to retouch photos was they had a negative where they would project usually one lamp through that negative and onto a positive paper. And the longer they would project, the more it would burn the paper and the more they would get, a contrasty image. Now, if you wanted to get fancy, you wanted to retouch your photo, you had to get a machine like this, which had and that's what Ansel, this is, by the way, Ansel Adams' son, holding the Dodge tool, talking to Mark Silber, very good friend of mine. He sent me that shot. And you can see that, the way he was doing it, he would turn, for example, to make a dark sky, he would turn on all the top lamps. Instead of having one, he had 50, and then he would turn off at the bottom. And then if he wanted the moon a little brighter, he would use the dodge tool. The dodge tool is like a little spoon that he would put in front of the moon to dodge the light, not touching the moon. He would shake it so that you wouldn't see a little sign. And look at what the Photoshop engineers 20 years later or 30 years later created. Dodge tool, exactly what he was using. So he was the inventor of dodge and burning. Dodge and burning means making your photo brighter and darker locally on some part of the image, which completely alters the image and makes it more interesting, okay? The right Lightroom preset will do 80% of your retouching for you. The way I created the preset is just gonna give you a base to work with. You're gonna have the right colors for the right time of the day. Then it's up to you to retouch it how you want it. Don't feel like because you're using one of my presets that, you're not learning by yourself or you're not, it's just a way for you also to get a consistent look. All of this were done with my Lightroom preset. Now, some people tell me, yeah, but I don't want to do all my photos like Sergio Armani. Well, I get that. Let me introduce to you Hannes Koning. Hannes took my preset and changed it and altered it to his style. And his style is completely different from mine. I mean, look, it's black and white, very moody and contrasty. He does color selections. I mean, look at this photo that we shot together. You should see, because that photo is in my Venice book, but it's not as good. His is amazing. He took 7 raw files. Mine were some were blurry. I really messed that photo up. He really did a great job. Sometimes he goes very natural. Sometimes he goes very colorful. Sometimes he goes very contrasty. Sometimes he goes very fuzzy, But none of his work looks like mine, but he still uses the basics of the presets, Let me give you a couple of case studies. Justin says, I just wanted to thank you once more for helping me with the interview. I'd also want to let you know that I just got hired for photographing real estate property. Thank you so much for your help and inspiration. I've learned so much from your tutorials, and I wouldn't be here today without your courses. Just letting you know that you changed someone's life in a good way. Thank you Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you, Justin. I mean, it blows my mind when somebody, and I get so many messages, like I got my first jobs. Now I'm making good money with real estate. Now I got my first wedding. I got my first, interior design job. My work is in galleries. I just got published. I get hundreds of messages like this, and it blows my mind because I know what it is to be, an artist and making a living out of art. And I want the same thing for you. Sahid wrote, says, I'm writing to thank you because I bought one of your preset bundle yesterday, despite me being skeptical when it comes to your preset, and I want to learn on my own. But the results I achieved in one of my recent sunset picture where I was standing using your preset. Guys, I'm going to give you a deal that's amazing. It's the best deal. You cannot find it anywhere else in the world than now, here, and right now. It's called the PhotoSurge Expert Photography Bundle. It's an academy. It is the way to learn, if you really want to get your photography to the next level. It includes the Adobe Lightroom Masterclass. Adobe is my secret weapon. It includes Lightroom CC, Lightroom Classics. I have like 4x my speed since I'm using Lightroom, or even 10x compared to using just Bridge and Photoshop. Then I'm going to give you all my presets, 300 presets. So the main one you'll be using is a natural everyday natural preset. And then you have the special effect presets. Special effect preset is all my black and whites, HDR, Hollywood looks, and famous Instagrammer. I'm going to be using this preset in just 1 second on your photos. Stay tuned. Lightroom preset, Portrait Essential, lighter presets, not as strong, but because they respect the skin. Wedding presets, lots of lights effects, very popular with wedding. And last but not least, the Lightroom film preset, which is almost 100 preset of all the most famous film, emulation film over the last 50 years. I got this email the other way from Arky Norway saying, thank you very much for the discount on your preset. I've enclosed just an example of how it made my photo live again. This photo I had totally written off after running a preset. It became one of my most liked photos on Instagram within hours. And this I just made to try out your preset. I'm very pleased with your work and that you're willing to share with the community. Have a nice day. I love it. Preset is just going to help you go faster, but it's not all. Adobe came out with profiles. I'm going to give you my entire profile collection, 82 profiles, including the landscape, the portrait, the urban, and the light profiles. I'm going to give you my photography workflow 2018. Basically, the idea of the workflow is that if you're a Creative Cloud member, there's been so many updates on Lightroom and Photoshop that it's just like an update course on everything that's out there. And I'll show you how I retouch this photo. And believe it or not, this photo became my most liked photo on Instagram of all time. It's in that course. And this photo also did really well. This photo did really well. Then comes Photoshop for Photographer 2017. It's 66 videos, 21 projects, 8 hours course on Photoshop for beginners to intermediate. If you've never opened up Photoshop in your life, this is a perfect course. If you know Photoshop, but don't know it perfectly, this is a perfect course for you. Then we come to the composition I was talking about, the Cityscape Masterclass, the Landscape Masterclass. I'm going to take you with me in New Zealand and show you exactly how to apply the different 5 rules of composition, with lots and lots of example. Sky replacement. I'll tell you a story about this photo. I climbed up to the top of Notre Dame, and then I got this most boring sky. I changed the sky, and it became my second best selling photo of all time in galleries. Go figure. I did a lot of black and white. I did my Paris book, my New York book. I'm going to give you a whole course on black and white. Then we come to the portrait composite workflow, which is starting to work with Flash. So I found a very inexpensive way to work with Flash, less than $200, where you can do this kind of photography. And I love it. It's because it's a mixture between landscape and portraits, and it's very easy to do. Now, if you want to make money with photography, I've included my entire interior design bundle, which is 8 hours course on how I should real estate, how I should hotels. Time-lapse masterclass with my good friend Emmerich Labar. I team up with him. He's one of the world renowned time-lapser on the planet. He's worked for Yelp, for Google. In fact, he did a time-lapse of the new moon in 2016 that got picked up as YouTube as being the best video of 2016. And so he's going to show you everything with me on how to do time-lapse, including the famous Holy Grail time-lapse, which is really cool. The Holy Grail time-lapse is when you start in the afternoon like you're seeing this, and you go all the way till the night. So you have to change your camera settings as you go, and you have to use a special software to make all the photo evens. But if you're into weddings, if you're into fine art, if you're into interior design, if you're into real estates, if you're into any kind of photography. You know, if you want to get noticed on social media, time lapse get 4 times more attraction on social media. It's vital to master time lapse. Masking and extraction masterclass. This is so cool. This is some of the before and afters. I really, love what he's doing with this. Photoshop workflow. Now, Photoshop workflow is, of course, masking and extraction is you can extract anybody on any background and put it on any course. This was done by my own personal guru of Photoshop, Kelvin Pimo. He did 2 courses for you. This one and Photoshop workflow, where I shot this photo and I asked Kelvin to show me how he would put a tiger with the snow on his back. I mean, look at the tiger. It was taken like in broad daylight, and he made everything right using Photoshop. By the end of this course, between the Photoshop for Photographer course and this course, you'll be an expert in Photoshop. Not an intermediate, an expert. Then last but not least, my photography business masterclass. It's going to cover how much you should charge with your photo, how to get the first customer, what is the best way to get a photo to your customer, the right way to use social media, how to use YouTube to make yourself known, how to use Instagram to boost your business, how to use Facebook, what about Google Plus and Flickr, just how to make a living with photography. So guys, for the past hour, I think you would agree it's been well time spent so far, I hope. Now, if you hang on a few more minutes, I'll give you your bonus. The bonus, I cannot cover everything in an hour, even, it's quite a long subject, but I really want to give you the 3 things you need to put your attention on. And I have an amazing deal for you. But before I give you the amazing deal, Michael, can you give them the photography toolbox?
Absolutely. So this is the photography toolbox that you guys have been waiting for. It is an extraordinary collection of presets, profiles, weather brushes, skies that Serge has put together for you. In addition to getting all of these, you're also going to get the tutorials to walk you through exactly how to use them. It's an amazing toolbox, and you can get it 2 ways. Number 1, we have a link called Facebook Free Gift Box. So in addition, if you're a Facebook user, and in addition to getting this toolbox, you'd also like to get updates from Serge via Facebook Messenger. You'd like to know when his latest videos come out on YouTube, and you want to follow him so you can get every piece of content. Simply click the link, Facebook Free Gift Box, and it'll take you directly through Messenger, and then we'll get you that gift box. If you only want the gift box emailed to you, simply go to Free Gift Sign Up. Again, that's Free Gift Sign Up. Click the link, and then we'll email that directly to your inbox. Again, you're going to get the profiles, you're going to get presets, you're going to get the skies, weather brushes. It's an amazing combo pack, all free, all for you, right here for sticking around for this training today.
All right, so that's all the presets you're going to get. But here's the deal that I have for you guys. You're going to get all my courses, 24 courses that I just covered, which is a $1,979 value. All my preset, profile, and brushes, which is $425 value. Plus the 1-year membership to my private Facebook group, $3,600 value. Total value is $6,000. Now, what is the Facebook Academy? Well, it's a private group where basically I do a lot of things. First, every Wednesday, I'm live and I'm retouching the photos, every photo that I get from the group, okay? People send me questions. I answer the questions. We have challenges every month. Like, for example, this is Randall Wade who won challenge. Everybody who wins the challenge gets one of my books, The average number of comments per photo is about 7 to 10. Here is a little video where I'm showing, somebody who sent me from the group one of the photos, and that's just with the preset, and that's with a bit of sky replacement. Plus, I'm happy to announce that I've got 3 ambassadors, Jacob, Tim, and Lizzle. They're going to help me make this group really active. So, any questions you have, they will also share like industry, like new gears coming out and a whole bunch of that. That group is an amazing way to learn. I think you wanted to add something on this.
I did. Thank you. So one of the things that's so powerful about this group, and for those of you on YouTube, if you're on YouTube, I forgot to mention that you can get the free gift sign up just by going to the description link. So I noticed a few people were just chatting here. Justin, One Idea, Custodin, Tonev. You guys just make sure you go over to the link, Facebook Free Gift Box, to get your free gift box. But I really wanted to speak to this Facebook Academy because Serge approached me about a year ago looking to help deliver more value to more people. And we were really challenged because we were getting images from all over the world from hundreds of thousands of subscribers who are looking for help with their photography. And Serge just didn't have enough hours in the day to be able to deliver that to them. So we decided to create the Facebook Academy. And since the inception of the Facebook Academy, we have seen more extraordinary growth in individual photographers than we could have possibly imagined. So we've actually had to bring in new ambassadors. We've had to bring in people who could help support this system because we're seeing people come up through the photography ranks faster than we ever thought possible. And it's really exciting. So every single week within this group, Serge is you're going to have the opportunity to upload your raw photos. Serge is going to retouch them. He's even going to send them back to you if you want them. So you can get your photos literally retouched by Serge. He's going to show you exactly what he's doing to do that. You're going to get all of the training that Serge has talked about today, all of the courses, his entire life's work, 7 years work that is completely updated with the latest software, with the latest technology for an incredible deal today. I'm not going to spoil it, but I want you guys to know how powerful this is and how powerful the Academy is, because not only are you getting the training, but you're getting the mentorship from Serge. You're going to be surrounded by passionate hobbyist photographers, passionate professional photographers, passionate social media photographers who are taking the photography world by storm. So I urge you not to miss out on this opportunity because it is something that is truly special and something that we're incredibly proud to offer you today.
Yeah, and also one thing is on the Academy, sometimes I get job offers that I have to turn down. So I actually give jobs to some of the people in the Academy. And also the gallery I work with, I'm going to start, this is not completely official, but I'm going to start a new label called Serge Ramelli Studio, where I basically would need some of you guys to go in some place of the world, take photos. You take the photo, I retouch them. We sell it to some galleries under your name and my name, and we share the revenue. And that's something that I only do with people which are from the Academy. It's not fully drafted up yet, but that's what I'm working on with my gallery because I cannot be everywhere in the world. So I need like an army of good photographers. So you're going to get access to this private coaching group. You're going to get all my training and all my preset and all my bundle, okay? So you're going to get all that. This is a total of $6,000. Now, this is work perfect for like beginner photographer with no experience at all. This is perfect. Or for an amateur who wants to be known for creating professional quality art. If you want to get published, if you want to, be in galleries or in newspapers, or if you want to go pro and make money, this is perfect for you. Let me show you a couple of success stories. CA says, I just want to give you some feedback on your landscape masterclass that I just finished. I decided to reprocess off my old photos using your workflow from the class, and not only I'm more happy with the result, and as I envisioned it, the reprocessed photo went into popular status within 9 to 30 minutes on 500px with rating of mid to high 80s, something I only achieved on 2 photos previously. And Tom sent me this email. It was so funny. I follow this tutorial because I've learned more photography techniques and skill from you in the past 6 months than in my previous 50 years as an amateur. Merci bien, Tom. So is this training worth your money? I've purchased your complete tutorial this week and I've gone through some of it. I just want to say how happy I am with your tutorials, but I still believe you have provided the best photography tutorials money can buy. Cheers. So you're going to get all my courses, all my preset, the access to the private coaching, a total value of $6,000. Plus, for the first 25 people taking this deal, you're going to get the new logo course. Now, what that is 2 things. 150 logos templates done by Kelvin Pimon, who is an international logo designer. He's designed logos for huge brands, including 2, which he is on a contract not to reveal. But I can tell you it's one of them at least is a brand you see every day in your kitchen. Every day, every day. If you like coffee and you like George Clooney, you see it every day. Anyways, the first 25 people, so he is just the best at logos.
Yeah, if I could also say something about that, Serge, not only are you going to get the pre-made logos from Kelvin so that you can create great watermarks or logos for all of your letterhead, your pricing sheets, all of that. Not only do you get a selection of pre-made logos, but you can also utilize your signature and turn that into a logo following the tutorials in this course. So not only are you getting templates, it is literally a course to help you create your own logo based on your own signature.
Yeah. And so, you know, you're going to create, also we have the Creative Composite Superhero, which is like a really fun course to learn Photoshop. That's for the first 25 people. So you're going to get all my courses. It took me 7 years to create all my preset profiles and brushes, the access to the private coaching, and the 2 bonuses, all valued at $6,131. If all this did was give you all the tools needed to be a successful photographer, would it be worth it? I'm asking you. If you now could do what you really want to do in life, or created the effect you really want to create, in effect, would it be worth it to pay $6,000? I think it would. You know, help you have more fun and stop trying to chase down your questions all over the internet. Would it be worth it? You know, allow you to get noticed for your art by friends and family. Would it be worth it? What is mastery worth to you? $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, $25,000? How much would you pay to get a complete toolkit produced in a simple language that can give you an edge in your art or business? You can see why others are paying me over $6,500 for my training and membership tools. You can see why it would be a good deal at $6,131. But because you're special, because you took the effort to be here right now with me, and we're going to open this for 30 minutes, guys, you can get all of that if you act right now for $299, a one-time payment, $299, and you get all that. It's the best deal on earth. And it gets even better than that. If you already bought a whole bunch of course from me, it can go down as low as $239. You still get access to the private coaching. You still get access to all the bonuses, the logo course, the workflow course, the new Lightroom course, everything. All you have to do is click on the link that Michael is going to give you.
Yeah, and this is going to go fast, guys. So please be aware. I just put the link in here. If you're ready to take action right now, all you have to do is click special $299. It's a bit.ly link. Just click that link. It's going to take you directly to this page. If you've already bought courses from Serge before and you want the additional discount, all you have to do is log in and you'll get that discount. But again, $299 for this incredible pack. You're going to get all of the presets. You're going to get all of the signature profiles. You're going to get everything Serge is going to be walking you through here at the end as he retouches your photos live. You're going to get access to the Facebook Academy. Every single week, Serge is going to be working directly with you, mentoring you. You're going to have opportunities for the contest, opportunities for the jobs, opportunities for taking your life to the next level when it comes to utilizing photography, whether it's a hobby, whether it's an art for you, or whether you're looking to go pro and really make some money doing this. All you have to do is click the link. This is an investment that's going to pay itself back for you very, very quickly.
Yes. All right, guys. So now you have two choices. You can do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. The second option is make this small investment today compared to all the value you'll get in return and just give it a shot. If it works, great. If not, just ask for your money back and you will get it. Now listen to this. Sign up today, and if you don't like it for any reason, and I don't care if it's in 29 days, 23 hours, and 59 minutes from now, just let me know and I'll give you your money back. So the real question is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out? Which, even if it does half of what I've just claimed, pay $299. It's not even the price of a crappy lens. And it will pay for itself in either money earned or in being more happy in creating the photos you want to create. You know, other opportunities can cost you more just in time wasted. With this, you get everything. You know, so whether you know still not whether to get it or not, just click the link here. We're only going to take 25 people this morning, guys. There's people watching on YouTube. There's people here being this 64 people here watching right now on this webinar. We're only taking 25 people. This usually goes fast. We're going to close the card in 29 minutes. You know, I wish I had this when I started. You know, I know $299 is money, but I wish I had this when I started because I spent so much money on wrong things, on the wrong lamps, on the wrong books, on, you know, and just time. Time is money, you know. So I've had people who bought this within a week. They made their money back, you know, by getting a job or, you know, by getting published or just in satisfaction. So give it a shot. If it doesn't work, you know, the only people we've refunded was people who bought it, who never opened it. You know, that happens. You open something, you know, you don't open it. But if you open it and if you try it, you know, I want to see your photos. I want to see you in a private Facebook. It's a one-time payment. There's no recurring payment. It's just $299. That's it. Did you put all the links out?
Yep, all the links are in. So all you have to do is click the link in both. If you're on YouTube, make sure you may need to refresh your screen, but if you go in the description window, it says special $299 links. All you've got to do is click that link. If you are in Zoom, all you have to do is click that link. Again, guys, this is going to go incredibly fast. We're going to be moving on here in just a second to answer your live question. We're going to be moving on to do your retouching. But if you want to get this, again, it's going to move very quickly. Alton King says, I bought your bundle a few months ago. There are some items that weren't available at that time. Is there a way to get these additional classes without buying the entire bundle again?
Yeah, I mean, you will get all the updates for $239.20 exactly. And I mean, unless you really bought, like you're just missing one item, and if you are just missing one item, then you can write to support@photosurge.com and we'll make a deal for you. We'll probably give it to you.
Gary King says, hi, Serge. I bought this fantastic bundle last week. It's amazing value, and I've been learning more and more. Can you remind me how the Academy works again, please?
Yeah, so on the Academy, you're going to get an invitation within 24 hours by Marine, who is the administrator of the. And once you get there, there's always a challenge. Right now, the challenge is it's shooting a, like high vintage view of cities at sunset. Okay, so that's the challenge. And so you put the photo on your channel, but you can also just put your own work. And we've got 3 ambassadors. I try to answer to every photos, but we have about 600 members there. And you will see the amount of feedback and help you're going to get on your photography is unbelievable. If I had this group, this private coaching, I believe is the fastest way. I've had times where I went to see a photographer who told me like, oh, that's wrong with your photo. And now I have a warning for you guys. If you come to the Academy, don't expect me to just say, oh, your photo is great, because the way I work is different. If you post a photo on the Academy, I'm going to say, here's what I like about the photo. Here's what I think that could be improved. Sometimes, some people post amazing photos and I just go, all right. But if you don't go there to get like a little pat on the back, like, oh yeah, you did great. I'm always looking for ideas on how you could improve. Like, oh, I like this photo, but I think the water, could be a bit of a long exposure, would be a little nicer or something like this. Anyway, guys, we're only taking 25 people this morning. If there's any way you can make this, it's going to make a huge difference in your life. Trust me on this. I am so passionate about photography. I want to share this with you. We're only taking 25 people this morning. It's going to go really fast. I want to see you work. Come on.
All right. So if you want to start prepping for I've got a few questions I'll answer here while you start prepping for the retouching, the raw files. And so Gary asks, Gary asks about getting an invite to the Academy. So when you purchase the Serge Ramelli bundle today, you're going to get an email within 24 hours inviting you to the Photo Surge Academy. So if you have not received that, simply email support@photosurge.com. So I know, Gary, you had a question about that. So support@photosurge.com will get you right in. For those of you buying today and taking your art and taking your business to the next level, you'll be invited to the Academy within 24 hours. And you're going to get that mentorship from Serge. You're going to get the mentorship from the team, and you're going to really be able to explode your photography business. Timothy says, well, chance be given again. I really want this plan, but I can't at the moment. Timothy, I'm going to put in a link here. And it is actually, we've partnered with PayPal, and it's an opportunity for you to actually get started today with 0% interest for 6 months. So PayPal is actually offering a deal where you can get a credit with them, and you can actually buy this today with that credit. It only takes about a minute or two to apply, and then you can use that credit to purchase this today, and then you can wait 6 months and pay the $299, or you can pay $50 a month for the next 6 months, whatever you want to do, but it's 0 interest. So there's absolutely no risk and 0 interest. So I'm going to put this in here for those of you who are interested in that. All right, and then we've got John. Is this different from what I purchased yesterday via email from Serge? So we do have a couple different bundles. The career photographer bundle, I think, is probably what you're talking about, John. That is a very different bundle that's very specifically focused. So this bundle has is a lot more robust and gives you much more than what that bundle did. But the cool thing about that is If you purchased that yesterday and you log in, if you click the link, I'll put the link in here again, special $2.99, and then you log into Serge's website, you'll actually get a discount on this bundle. So it'll probably bring it down from $2.99 to, I believe, $2.39 or so.
Yeah, exactly. I know $2.99 is money, but believe me, it's the best investments you can make in your photography career. It will change your life. And it's not I'm like the best in the world or anything. It's just that I think that I created a training that is really simple, that, I have a few stable datum when I do my training. First of all, I never use fancy words. I always try to explain complex terms, using everyday word, because I find that if you explain a complex word with another complex word, that you still don't understand what we're talking about. The second thing, it's only project-based. I never go, this is what a menu does, this is what, no. It's like, okay, let's retouch this, portrait, let's retouch the sunset, let's replace the sky. It's always project-based. And it's, it's baby steps. First, it's like easy, and it gets harder and harder and harder. I've had people, a lot of retired people which are like 70 and over, that are really bad with computers, which were able to do this training. Now, one thing we've not mentioned about the training, let me show this to you. The training here is always available for you in 3 different forms. Okay, so this is my website. Once you've purchased the package, let me log in. So you go here, you're going to create a login and a password when you buy. So you click on login. So that's my personal email. That's my login. I'm logging. Once you're logged in, you can go here to this little cloud here with a little arrow going down. Okay, and here you have the Serge Remini Expert Photography Bundle. If you click on View, you will get all the courses to study in the exact sequence you should study them. There's a very suggested sequence. Of course, it's like an encyclopedia. So if you want to know how to replace the sky, you can go directly to sky replacement. And you see you've got 3 options on the course. You can either watch the course, which is basically what it does is we have a partnership with Vimeo, and you can just stream the videos, or you can click on alternate download. And alternate download, you download the entire class, the full class with all the raw files. Now, including in the $2.99, you're going to get over 2,000 raw files you have access to from all over the world. So, you can practice with my photography if you need to. And you can click here on download lessons, and you can click each lesson. Let's say you have like a slow internet, you're living in a place where there's not much internet. Well, what you can do is, first of all, I have the best compression of all time on videos. I am not kidding. I use a French software called Handbrake, and it's going to get you the smallest file size for the quality. So let's say you're in a country where you don't have much internet. You can just download the lessons you have. You can put them on your iPad if you're commuting or anything. But the best is to basically use a streaming option where you can just stream, you can leave comments, you can download the source file right there on the website, and it's completely compatible with an iPad, an iPhone, and Android. So it's always going to be there for you. If you lose your login and password, we have support Monday to Friday, 9 to 6, Los Angeles time. Guys, this is the best deal you can do on training in photography. There's nowhere on this planet you can get so much content for such an amount of money. And, and
not to mention complete 30-day money-back guarantee. And again, the ability to have all of these courses and trainings in encyclopedic. So if you watch something and you forget it, you can always come back and find it exactly where you left it.
Yeah. And so we have a lot of people buying the package, guys. There's a few left. I want to welcome just a few people. I don't have all the names here, but I have a few. We've got Stephanie Karam, who just got it, Alton Knight, Richard Sizemore, David Killett, Stacy Morey. So welcome. We're only taking 25 people this morning, guys. You got to act fast. But now I'm going to start retouching your photography. Okay? We have basically, 15 minutes left. I'm going to be retouching your photos for the next 15 minutes, and then we're going to close the card. So you got 15 minutes to take the deal. And I know it's funny, but it's the best deal. It's going to change your life as a photographer. I can guarantee it. And if you don't agree, I'll give you your money back. That being said, here is the photos I got this morning. Can you see them, Michael? Am I good?
I can. Yes, you're all good.
I love this photo. It's Patrick Vingo sent it. It's a RAW file. It's a Canon RAW file. I believe he shot it. I mean, it's shot during daylight, but when you He shot this with what? Oh my God, he shot this with a Canon Rebel XTY. It's like a $300-400 camera. It's really like the basic Canon camera. Again, to my point. I mean, the raw file is kind of nice. On this one, it's a really daylight photo, so there's not much I can do. I'm gonna go to my daylight.
And if I could just point out, Serge, as you're doing this, on the left side of the screen, you're seeing all of the Serge Romelli signature presets. So Serge is actually using the presets that you'll be receiving in this package today. And then shortly, when he starts using the profiles, you're going to see them on the right side of the screen.
Yeah. So that's my preset and the profile I'm going to show you. So on this one, maybe I'm just going to add some more blue or some more green to make the greens pop a little bit. So I just used one of my presets, the basic preset. So you can see that's the before and after. I mean, it's not much I can do because it's a daylight photo. Maybe it's a little dark. But one thing I think I want to do is I want to use a profile on this one. And so look at this. The profile, what a profile is going to do is completely alter the colors, okay? So for example, I could make this using a profile into, wait for it, into like an autumn color. Boom. Strong, not strong, or make it more green. With profile, you can completely alter the color how you wish. You know, and I can click on it and I can do it like a lot or very little or just a little bit if I wanted to add some more green color, you know, that type of things. On this one, I think I'm going to use, I think I like the idea. Maybe you just add back a little bit of warm just to, so I don't have like one single color, something like this, you know. I think I would do something like that. You know, just adding, let's see here. Yeah, a little bit of a little color. So this is the before and this is the after. Guys, if you have some photos, you can tell me in the chat. If you put your name on the raw files, you can tell me in the chat your name and I'll retouch your photo.
Bob Tamburello says, could you work on file Tamburello 00542 and show the steps how you would take the enhanced raw file? Love the bundle, hours of to-the-point instruction. Thank you, Bob.
So hold on, where I don't see it on the chat.
He actually did it in the Q&A. At the bottom of the screen, just Q&A. Bob Tamburello.
Let me open the Q&A. All right, Q&A.
Yeah, guys, this bundle is moving fast. So if you want to get on this, and also if we don't get to your raw file today, just remember when you come into the Serge Academy, you're going to get weekly raw files. Serge gets to every single person who comes to that weekly Academy training every single week. So you'll never be missed.
I don't have a photo that matched this. Let me see. I'm going to go into all the photos. Maybe it's from an old time. Or did you just load it?
Just uploaded it or no?
You know what? I'm going to resync this file from student. I'm going to see if there is a new, some people, there was 100.
Yes, it said just now, so you might need to sync it
okay, cool. So, okay, let me give you a second. Yeah, 76 raw file arrived. Oh my God. Yeah, I won't be able, that's why you have to come to the Academy because I've got 3,000 raw files here to retouch. So, you know, I'm not going to, and guys, we have only a few spots left. Come and join me in the Academy. I can't wait to see you work. $299. Come on. It's the best deal of the day. It's really good. Okay, so I'm just getting back the photos here. So, Bob, let's see, Bob, if I can find your photo. Bob here. Oops, I got it. Okay.
Real quick, Bond Game.
Las Vegas, the Venezia in Vegas. Okay, Bob, first of all, this photo is a little confused to me because there's a lot going on and I've been here many times and I know how it's hard because like, you know, I don't really see like a foreground, a middle ground, a background, the sky is black. You know, there's really some composition issue with this photo. However, it's sharp, not exactly sharp either. Sorry, it's not that sharp. Not the best. On this one, it's a night photo, so maybe I would use like a night preset. The problem with Vegas is that sometimes the night presets don't work because it's so bright. That's okay. So I'm going to click on the night preset and maybe just turn a little bit down the magenta and add back a bit of blue, finding the right white balance. Maybe on this one, I would add a bit of clarity. The only time I add clarity is when there is no clouds involved. But it's honestly, I'm not crazy about the photo itself. It's just confused. Like you know, remember when I said the definition of composition is the arrangement of the elements to convey a message? The message is a little confusing on this photo. I'm going to use the transfer upright, you know, because like you're like, oh, what am I looking at? Am I looking at the river? Am I looking at this? You know, and I know it's hard. I've been there many times. You know, it's a hard place to shoot. You know, but I got some better shot than this one. But anyway, come and join me in the academy, and you know, let's talk composition a bit. That's what I would do on this one. Okay, blah blah blah. All right. So here we are. So Diane Allen, do you know, can you put me in the chat what is the name of the file you uploaded so I can find him fast? Got 3,000 files to go through. Zishan is a JPEG. I don't retouch JPEG. You got to give me a RAW file. Renee gave me a file to retouch. So let's see if I can find it.
Don Rohrer says, I just loaded one of my daughters with my new Sony AR7 II. I need help with the noise grain in my pictures. Don, make sure you put in the name of your photo.
Oh, Renee, I don't find that file, and I don't find it. Okay, so DJ, let's see here, DJ. Let's see if I can find this one. Yeah. It's a portrait. On this one, I want to do more like, because portrait, you know, on this one, I would do more like skin retouching and things that takes more time. I don't do, on this show, I only do landscape. And this is a JPEG also. But I can tell you something right now, that the light that you're using is not dramatic enough. You know, she's LED everywhere, and it doesn't really make, you know, there is a saying in photography that an object which is partially lit is more interesting. Than an object which is fully laid.
Real quick, Serge, Richard Roston says, I arrived late. Can you give a quick summary of the Academy? So actually, Richard, if you click the link that's in the description that says Special 299, you can go look at everything that's included. But not only is it every single Lightroom, Photoshop, all of the training, Serge, all of the Premiere training created over the past 7 years, completely updated 100%. You're also going to get access to the Facebook Academy, where you're going to be able to join us live every single week. And, you know, today we're not able to get to everybody's photos, but every single week, anyone who's in the Academy will absolutely get their photo retouched by Serge. You'll get an opportunity for mentorship, and you'll get the entire group of people in this Academy supporting one another, in addition to Serge's 3 ambassador teachers who will be supporting you and your ability to take your art or your business to the next level.
Okay. So this one, I love this photo of the beer. I mean, the subject is amazing. The light is bad. So first, let's talk about cropping. I would, because the bear is looking this way, I would use the rule of third to crop him so that we see him better. Then I would use one of my daylight preset on it. But you know what? Usually when the colors are boring like this, I go black and white. I think this photo would work great as a black and white. So I'm going to go to my black and white preset, which are here, probably the dark one, or even darker. And, you know, I'll check out my black point using the Alt key, make sure I got some good blacks, make sure I got some good white points. And I would really, I think I would even crop it even more. I really want to be on them, you know. I really want to be on them using the rule of third. And what I would do then, because I cropped it so much, I would remake a little gradient here and really lower the sky. Like, I don't want too much attention on the sky. Sky is not really nice. I'm just going to make it interesting. A lot of people back in the black and white days, what they used to do is really burn the top and bottom so that you have more attention. And now on my black and white preset, you've got little circles there that I would totally put over the bear. And he's, oh, I got a big one there. The problem is, see, the river is very bright and it's kind of stealing the show here. So one way to undo that would be to make a big circle and basically lower the exposure except on the bear. I'm just trying things out here. And then I'm going to invert it. So I have one circle that's making them brighter and another one making it darker. It's a little too much. So Just trying to really focus. Yeah, you know what? It's not working because of the river. So, okay, let's restart this. That's fine. Let's go for something else. The river is so bright that it just steals all the attention. So I'm going to go to basically my daylight preset. And that's, the colors are so not nice that I'm really going to have to use profile to make anything out of this photo. Same thing, I'm going to do something like this. I'm sorry, I'm going to try to make this darker. I love the subject though. The subject is really interesting. But I feel like, you know, it needs to be boosted. I would add some clarity to this one. And let's add a profile to make this pop. Ooh, let's make him red. No, that'd be crazy. So profiles, you don't have to use them at full strength. You know, they're just here to add a little interest to your photo. Let's see here. Oh, I kind of like that. I always like warm colors. I'm like a warm color guy. Oh, sunset blue, let's see. Sunset blue just adds a bit of blue. Sunset strong, maybe not that strong. And I still think there is too much sky on this photo. I'm going to crop that a little bit even more. I guess you couldn't get any closer than that. But it's a great shot. Okay, let's see the white balance. I don't know. I'm not crazy about the color so much. Maybe something like that, yeah. I mean, it's honestly, you really overexpose the photo, but yeah, maybe add a bit more vibrance, something like this. This is what I would do. That's the before and the after. Something like that. You know, I'm not even crazy about it because it's just so overexposed. But it's a great subject, but you see, it's bad light. So bad light, there's so much you can do, you know. Okay, let's see here. What else do we got? What else do we got here?
All right, we got about, just so everybody knows, we got about 13 minutes left in the clock. So if you guys are ready to get started today, I've put the link back in the chat window. So we're just going to continue retouching your photos. But again, I sincerely apologize if we don't get to everyone today. But just know that when you join the Academy, we will help 100% of everyone in the Academy every single week.
Okay, so now let's see here. I want to try this one of the Milky Way. Somebody said they sent me a Milky. Yeah, I saw that shot. Ooh, I like that. Is it? Oh my God, it's beautiful. Is it sharp? Ooh, well done. I already am gonna love it. Claude André Fortin, very well done. So Milky Way, Milky Way, Milky Way. I'm gonna go to my night presets. Night preset, which is here. Let's see here. How does it work? Ooh, I think I'm gonna go to.
Wow.
Wow, look at that. Night preset, and you see the circle. There's a circle here. This is called the Milky Way circle. I'm gonna put it over the Milky Way so that it really stands out, and I'm gonna erase that circle. And then this circle, I might put it over here. No, not even. No, maybe it's a little too much. It's too bright. And this circle, I'm gonna take it out. Let's see here. Maybe it's a little too much. Wow, you got a great Milky Way shot. I love it. I love it. I'm going to add some more clarity on the Milky Way. Maybe not warming up that much. Okay. Let's see here already where we are. That's the before, that's the after. It's already pretty good. That rock really bothers me. So what I'll do is I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to lower the exposure. And I'm just going to brush out this. Like, I don't really care about the details. And I'm going to create a new brush. And I'm going to make this a little brighter because I like that. I like the reflection of the Milky Way there. I think the photo is a little too much. Oops. It's a little too much, how do you say, portrait mode. I'm sorry. Well, I don't want, I mean, it's kind of feel ashamed to cut that sky. Just a little bit like something like this. I think it would work better. It's a great shot. Look at this. You know, and if you think the whole sky is a little too blue, you can warm it up a little bit, just a little tiny bit. But I would do something like this. I hope you like this, Monsieur Claude André Fortin. You can tell me what you think about the retouching. Let's see here what else we got. So we got a few more minutes, guys. Oh yeah, like 5 minutes, And if you didn't get a chance to get this package, it's the best deal. You can only get it now. It's going to close down in 4 minutes. Aaron Holmes. Okay, let's see, Aaron. Let's see what you send me here. File from student Duke. So I go to the library, Command F, research, portrait. Yeah, portrait, I don't do portrait, but let me critique the portrait. You see, you used a very harsh shadow here. You have a very harsh shadow. So there's a rule when you do portrait is that smaller is your light source, harder is going to be shadows. Bigger is your light source, softer is going to be shadows. So you had a very small light source, so you've got very harsh shadows. And this is not nice on the nose. It's not nice at all. You have to find a way to diffuse the light more. And if you use harsh shadows, don't take this bad, but when you light from under like you did, it's called horror movie lighting because it just doesn't give justice to this beautiful lady. I'm sorry. Let's see here. All right, Diane Allen gave me some numbers. Maybe I can find her photos. Please send me landscapes mostly because cityscape takes a lot of time. Ooh, nice. So on this one, oh, this is a nice view, but the colors are not great. So this one I would use the golden hour preset on to make it pop a little bit more. Golden hour probably light, I want to say, or yeah, light. So I would use that. You see one click from and then I would put the white point. And then once you use the preset, you have to position the sky, the circle where the sun is. Where is this? This is like looks to me like a Sweden or Norway or Denmark, or where did you shoot this, Diane Allen? I'm wondering. And then on this one, I'm just gonna add a little more blue in the sky.
Zurich.
Zurich. Oh, Zurich. Oh yeah, it's true, Zurich. Yeah, I've never been to Zurich. Zurich. And I'll make it pop even more. Add a bit of exposure. And let's see, maybe add a little preset to go crazy. I'm going to use, so this is my light preset, and this one I'm going to use my urban preset. Let's see if it, oh, look at that, gold nights, I like that. Sunset. Oh, look at that, urban blue sunset. It's a little too much. I'm going to bring it down like about 25% of the preset. Something like that. I mean, I'm just doing this really fast, but that's the before, that's the after. By the way, it's a backslash sheet to the before and after. Oh my God, we are almost out of time. 2 more minutes. Renee gave me another one for a Dutch view. Okay, let's see here. A Dutch view. I hope, Diane Allen, you liked what I did. You can tell me on the chat. It's a good photo. Wish you had some more clouds. Oh yeah, classic Dutch. Oh my God. Ooh, is it sharp? The man is a little big, but you know, he's got a bicycle, and oh my God, it's a great shot. It's a great shot. So on this one, I would use, this is like a night photo. Like, I think I'm going to use a golden hour on this one. I know it's not supposed to be golden hour, but if I use sunset, because it's not a sunset, it's actually a blue hour for a shot. So let's see what blue hour is going to give me. Ooh, that's how it looks like. Okay, let's see, golden hour. Golden hour, come on. Golden hour. Okay, let's see sunset. Sunset's gonna be crazy on this one because, yeah, maybe I use sunset because it is a sunset. Okay, so that's the basic sunset preset. Too much black, so I'm gonna bring down the blacks. I'm gonna do the white at the threshold. On this one, I would totally crop it like 16:9 because the grass is not the nicest thing around. Something like this. I think it's going to make me more powerful. And let me see here where the sun is. So we're going to position here. I'm going to probably position, I don't know where the sun was setting. Looks like it was setting here on the left, or not, more here. It's a little strong, so I'm going to lower the power of that. And let's see here. On this one, I think I'm going to add a little bit of blue and a little bit of exposure. make a bigger gradient. And this one I don't like the grass so much. The grass doesn't really bring anything. I want to hide it a little bit by making it a little tad darker, something like that. Lower clarity. Let's see, maybe we add a little bit of a preset to it. Look at this, matrix preset. Green. You got to check out the preset. It's kind of cool. It doesn't always work, but I think on this one I'm going to use a landscape series. Let's see here, maybe. Yeah, it's a little too much. Oh yeah, landscape warmer. This one's going to work perfect. Okay, so there we go. Before, after. That's what I would do on this photo. All right. Diane says she loves it. Thank you. It was taken from inside the clock tower at St. Peter Church. I think it's the highest point in Zurich. Yeah, you got to go back up there when you get some clouds. No, Camilla says, do I like photos high clarity? I don't. Guys, it's time. We're closing the cart. I hope you got a chance to get the package. I didn't look at all the sales. I can't wait to see you in the Academy and see you work and, and be able to help you become a better artist. Thank you so much, Michael, for your help today.
Thank you so much, everyone. And again, if you haven't clicked the link, it's special $2.99. If we didn't get to your photo today, it's an awesome opportunity for you to get direct mentorship from Serge. And again, we will get to every single person within the Facebook Academy. Don't miss out. We'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.